feel like you don't even have to be like talented at anything. As long as you just want to do something and you want to make something, you will make it if you just keep on trying.
Yup, that's me. My name is Nicholas Galette, and this is my brother Christopher Galette. Chris and I were raised in a uniquely blended family environment. Our father, a clinical psychologist, and our mother, a court attorney referee. That provided a balance of traditional values with an unconventional twist. Despite their impressive academic backgrounds, both Chris and I found our passions in the realm of creativity. Delving deeper into our family history, we discovered that our parents themselves are inherently artistic. Our dad possesses a talent for playing multiple instruments, having supported his way through college by teaching piano. When my dad was younger, him and his friends made a band called Lifeline, and this is one of their albums called Believe on cassette tape. Meanwhile, our mother pursued art history, immersing herself in the vibrant world of contemporary art galleries before transitioning to law school. Her motivation for this career shift wasn't rooted in a passion for law per se, but rather a commitment to safeguarding the rights of artists from exploitation. I've been making films since I was 5 years old. My inspiration has always been to film myself and the people around me in the form of a living diary. Growing up, me and my brother would always be creating videos together. And at this point, I've probably made over 1,000 videos. I'm the filmmaker of the family, but little did you know, I learned the basics of editing from Chris on iMovie, and I became a really good editor.
Chris has been creative since he was a very little boy, and he always used his creativity to express his emotions. If he was frustrated, if he was happy, if he was mad.
No! No!
And I remember one day he was very mad at me. I think he was 7 years old, and we had gone to 7-Eleven. I had told the boys they could get a candy. I think the boys had a half day of school, so I went and I picked them up, and then I said, I'll let you guys get some candy, we'll go to 7-Eleven. So we park, we go to 7-Eleven. Chris had a little bit of a difficulty trying to pick one candy, so he wanted to get 2 or 3 candies, and I said, no, Chris, we can only get one. He was very upset. He did get one candy, but then when we got in the car, he would not put his seatbelt on. He was like very mad at me. He yelled at me. So I just said, listen, Chris, we're gonna wait here until you put your seatbelt on. We'll go home. Eventually he did put on his seatbelt because I guess he figured I'd outweight him. Then when we got home, I guess Chris went in to use his computer and our printer, and he had taken about 40 pieces of copy paper, and he printed out on each page, I hate mommy. And then he put all the I hate mommy pieces of paper all along our staircase. So our house is a 2-story home, so there was an I hate mommy printout on each and every step in the house, and Chris took a video of it, panning it from the top of the stairways all the way to the bottom of the staircase. And he kept, in the background, he kept saying, I hate mommy, I hate mommy, I hate mommy, I hate mommy.
I hate mommy, I hate mommy, I hate mommy, I hate mommy, I hate mommy. This ugly skull is mine. Time to die, ugly skull.
He was very young, so he had a very cute little voice. It's not the voice of a young man that he has now. I was like oh right, that's a really good way to express yourself. He was mad at me, and he decided to channel that frustration and anger into making a little horror movie. And to this day, which I guess it's 13 years later, my friends and I see the movie once a year and laugh. And we think of it as a Chris Galette classic.
Chris, episode 1, action-packed movie tonight. Watch tonight.
When he was about 3 years old, he started making animations, comic books. He would draw different comic books, and he also started making claymation, Legomation animated movies. We had so many Lego characters in the house. The boys liked playing with Legos, and he would take the Lego characters and have them move through a scene, or he would write a little story and have the Lego characters play it out. In order to do it with the Lego characters, he would take thousands of pictures and then edit them together, thousands of stills. And I was very surprised at how a 3-year-old could have so much patience and discipline to go through that, just to take a Lego character, move it, then move it a micro inch, and then another micro inch, and then another micro inch to enable him to create a scene. It was pretty amazing that way. And he told us when he was applying for colleges that he wanted to go into video game design. So he chose Michigan State University. It wasn't my choice. I would have rather him to be closer. I thought Michigan State was very far away, and it wouldn't have been my choice, but we embraced it very happily for him, and we were excited that he was going to go.
Galette. Chris is another Bay Ridge Prep student since kindergarten. He's creatively curious and always thinks of new questions to ask about how the world works. His teachers say he has a passion for politics, a talent for creative writing, and an eye for nuance. His skills as a musician and his sharp questioning of the world around him will serve him well in life after high school. Please congratulate Christopher Galette.
So when Chris got into Michigan State University, he was pretty excited. He had not yet seen the school, and I think it was at a point where we were going to have to go visit the school. We started to set in motion plans to go visit the school. Michigan State is not an easy drive. It's about 550 miles from New York to East Lansing, where the school is located. So we were going to fly, and that's what we did. We flew out there, and it couldn't have been a less than optimal day to go because the weather wasn't great. It was rainy, it was cold. We did the tour, we checked out the campus, and Chris still said, I love it, I want to go here. So he was super excited. In retrospect, I know what he was excited about. He was excited at the prospect of living on his own for the first time. MSU is a very different place than New York City and then living with your family at home. We rent a van, we pack them up, we get all the things that a college freshman is going to need, and we drive all the way out there. That was a long trip. It was the first time I had seen him excited about going to school, probably ever, because in high school he just didn't have that kind of motivation. He seemed pretty good. He said he was keeping up with the schoolwork. One night he gives me a phone call, and he doesn't usually call, usually text, or we call him. And he called me to tell me that since September he hadn't been keeping up with the work as much as he would like, and that he didn't think he was going to do too well. Something in the voice, the energy was gone. And I asked him a couple of simple questions, which were not necessarily related to school. Now, he's a big gamer, and I asked him, how often have you been playing your video games lately? And he told me he hadn't been playing them at all. I knew that was a sign, that was a warning sign, because Chris always wants to play those games, and that he hadn't been playing them for a while led me to ask the next question, how often have you been leaving your dorm room? And he said not much at all. And I started to ask him, how much have you been eating? And not much at all. I said, if I were to come out there and be there by tomorrow, would that be okay with you? And without missing a beat, he was like, okay. And I said, it's clear to me then that maybe you don't necessarily want to stay here, even though you were trying to be successful and you were trying to make a go of it. It sounds like you want to do something else. And I can't remember the sequence of it, but at some point he said to me, I really want to be an artist.
I'm Galette, or Christopher Andrew Galette. I'm from Staten Island, New York. I think I first actually started making music when I heard Damn by Kendrick Lamar.
Who that nigga thinking that he frontin' on me, man? Get the fuck off my stage, I'm the same man.
I was in the 7th grade, a little squeaky voice kid, and I was like, this is so cool, I have to make something like this. I learned piano in high school. Oh, and I played trumpet in in middle school, and then all of high school I didn't play anything, but senior year I decided to learn piano, and that's when I started playing piano. Learning piano was very important because I feel like it makes producing easier, because if you have a melody in your head or just a sound you kind of want to make, you could just go into any production software and play that and then just add more, because with a keyboard you can do everything, you know, with online or with electric instruments. For this, I'm Attack on Titan for this. Oh my god, Attack on Titan. Why not to mess with the one note?
The way he chose to express himself was to start playing music, which was kind of weird because he hadn't really taken any formal lessons. I know in his senior year, you had to take music or some sort of art class, and he had taken a music class with a teacher that he liked very much, who was very kind and expressed an interest in Chris learning how to play an instrument. And Chris started learning how to play the piano, but it wasn't as formal as taking lessons and practicing. It was, he would play a little with the teacher, and that was about it. But when he came home from Michigan State, it seems that he poured himself into learning how to play so many instruments. He started playing the keyboard. He took my husband's guitar, started learning how to play that. He took my husband's bass, started learning how to play that.
Set for a mission, said I wasn't ready yet, well it's my fucking audition. You asked me what I am, I said it doesn't exist yet. I'm scared, where did you go? It's kinda harder to miss you.
I feel like I've always liked making things, no matter really what it is. I like music a lot, so I just like making my own music. I usually start by just making the beginning part of a beat, and then by then I'll usually think of what I want to record to it, what lyrics I want to say, what I want to do with it. You probably pick the worst time to record. I'm just trying to find the lyric for the next part. And then as I make a little bit more of the beat, I just record more lyrics and then add more layering to the beat, more instruments, and then it's kind of just sounds very full at the end.
Okay, you can go.
In 10 years, I'd like to be in an apartment, a nice apartment. I have a studio in my apartment. I have a little balcony area. I want to have a lot of plants. I just want to make music and not work at all. I wake up, I make music, go to bed, do as I please, live life.
What strengths do you have they believe make you a great musician?
I think I'm creative, where if I just keep on trying to make things, I'll make things I like eventually, you know? No, I mean, the truth is that I think if you're creative, you could kind of do anything, like, art-wise. You may not be good at it at first, but if you just keep on doing it, it's not that complicated. I mean, that's not really answer your question.
I guess that kind of answers the question.
We would hear him play music, like, all day and all night. And something came over him, and I think that the constant playing helped him, because so he had come home around December, very sad, sort of dejected, really exhausted. And I would say by March, he became the Chris we knew, you know, a happier boy, happier young man.
The end of the world is near, and I'm requesting everyone to fucking appear.
I guess I could say I have like anxiety, but I don't know if that's like a weakness. I mean, I guess it kind of is a weakness if you're nervous. I don't know. It's good when someone can recognize their weaknesses, but I also think I don't really like think of it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what my weaknesses are. I kind of just I have my strengths and then I have my non-strengths.
I was very happily surprised to see that once he came back home, he started working on making music. He didn't give me the evidence directly. I would often see it indirectly through either hearing music coming from his room that he was creating on his phone and laptop, or I'd hear his brother, Nicholas, playing music, and once in a while I'd say, "Nick, what are you listening to?" And Nicholas would say, "I'm playing Chris's music."
Music kind of feels like a soundtrack to life in a way. And if you make it right, like if you make your own soundtrack, it's like when you play it, you're just playing how your life sounds, but then you can hear it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like life turned into a sound.
Yeah, that was a good answer.
That's a good answer?
Yeah.
My favorite part, I guess, is just like being able to make whatever I want. If I have an idea, I could just go and make it. No one's gonna stop me because I'm just like on my own. I'm just like an indie artist. My least favorite part is that it's not like an easy thing to make money off being an artist. So you kind of need to find something else to support your musical dreams if you're not, you know, super famous or make mainstream music.
I do. You don't love me, but I do. I do. Do you love me? 'Cause I do. I do. She don't love me, but I do. I do. She don't love me, but I do.
Bonsoir. I think a lot of who inspires me isn't only what I like. I don't think I sound like a lot of the people who inspire me. Like Kendrick Lamar, obviously, big inspiration, great music, great everything. He's a master at his craft. Also artists like Weather Day. I just like love the sound they make. It's just like it's very emotional, very impassionate music. I also, you know, love like, you know, the classics, some of the Kanye West's original shit. Kanye West music, even though actually I can't say that in this documentary, you can cut that out. Obviously, I like big Joji fan, Biba Doobie fan, Michael Jackson, of course, Tyler the Creator, of course. I would love to collaborate with Weather Day. I feel like we can make like the best album ever, genuinely. I also like a broken record, but I just think you have to be creative. Like you have to like just want to make something and just something that you like. If you like it, it's really all that matters. That's kind of corny. Like everyone says that, like, oh, do what you like. I don't know. I feel like some people, you know, they'll make the music they like, and it's just like I don't f with it, but it's like they like it. If they think it's like the cream of the crop, then it's like it's all that really matters, you know.
You're listening to the greatest fucking piece. I don't even need to say it. It's really gonna be said for me.
At the time, you know, I didn't know he was making an album. I thought he was just playing, doing something. Maybe I should have known because he was in his room all day, all night, and there was just music constantly playing. And then one day I was told he's releasing an album.
10 months later, on his birthday, he released his first album.
Absolutely sure. Cause that nigga, cool, gator bait, spade, spook, sambo, spirit chucking, jungle boogie, Mississippi wind chime, wind detective, is Ron Stallworth, you racist, peckerwood, redneck, it's down the beat, that never dies. Can't be a king, but a bird that flies.
I describe it as like experimental electric rock. I don't really know how to describe it. It's kind of just like, I just make whatever I want to make, and I guess it might sound like that most, but yeah, I just be cool.
I could be the biased parent, but I thought it was pretty damn good.
One felt as if there was an enormous well behind them, filled up with ages of memory and long, slow, steady thinking. But their surface was sparkling with the present, like sun shimmering on the outer leaves of a vast tree, or on the ripples of a very deep lake. I don't know, but it felt as if something that had just grown in the ground, asleep you might say, or just feeling itself as something between root tip and leaf tip, between deep earth and sky, had suddenly waked up and was considering you with the same slow care that it had given its own inside affairs for endless years.
Guys, I'll call you back.